Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Stratton Brown. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, Mike. Thank you.
First and foremost, folks, if you didn't watch the interview with Stratton earlier, where he talked about flying out Henry Washington, co-host of Bigger Pockets with him, Jason, and Dean Rogers, Jason Pritchard, Dean Rogers, you got to go back and check that video out. But what we're going to do here, Stratton, and let's try not to swear, okay? Try not to swear. But I want to paint a picture of you about a crumbling economy. And then I want to talk to Stratton Brown, the business owner, and Stratton Brown, the investor, because I don't know where this goes. And you run a business, you employ a lot of people, you have a lot of clients. So you got a couple minutes. I want to paint this scenario for you.
Yeah.
All right. So we're sitting here in February. I personally believe that the Fed is going to be raising rates. They're going to be raising rates faster than many people expect. And I believe keeping rates higher than many people expect. I think a lot of people expect rates to go up and then to come back down. I do not think the Fed can do that. We do have this incursion going on in Europe, which may spread to bigger things. We hope not. But in essence, I believe we are going to be heading for a recession. I've been calling for this for a while, probably second half of 2022. I believe unemployment, which currently sits at 4% for U3, is going to go to 6 or 6.5. So it's going to go up 50% or more. And I think inflation is still going to be high. So we're going to have stagflation. Our misery index is going to be horrible, which is inflation plus unemployment. It's something we haven't talked about since Jimmy Carter, of all things.
That's kind of a wild combo.
That's a wild combo, right? I do not see a good 2022. So if we are in a recession, Q3, Q4 of this year, rates are higher, unemployment's higher, what does Stratton Brown, the business owner, thinking? We'll get to Stratton Brown, the investor, in a minute. What kind of hits you when I paint that semi-gloomy or gloomy picture?
First of all, winners always win, and you should consider yourself a winner. I mean, that's the mentality you have to go into it, because it's really easy to get brought down, and I'm trying to watch my mouth, by the news and everything else of everybody trying to bombard you with all this nonsense and bullshit. I will say that, like, of everything that's going on, to where you can only control the controllables.
Yes.
So that is number one way. How do I react? I worry about, okay, what am I doing in my business to separate myself, operate my own blue ocean? And then if it is a depression or if it is a recession, most of the biggest businesses and the biggest wealth transfers happen in those moments.
Agreed.
And so how can you capitalize on that? Like, if I was of age in 2008, knowing what I know now, having the network that I know now, I would have bought up a lot of real estate. I mean, I say that, but then you never know, right? But then, like, being mentally prepared for those types of situations.
Yeah. I love how you started that, right? Winners win, because that's what I want people to take away from this. I think 2022 is going to go down as a pretty gloomy year, but it's only going to be gloomy if you stay focused on that stupid TV set or whatever, because I've been through many recessions in my time. I have been in the position where I had to look at a spreadsheet and go, I have to find 17 names to cut. And oh, by the way, everybody on this list is a friend. I've been acquired. I've done acquisitions. I know what happens in a recession.
Yep.
And here's the deal. Whether you like it or not, the strong get stronger.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, if you think any of the Fortune 500 companies are going to even dip a little bit, they won't. No, the stock market is not really a reflection of what's really going on. It's just money trading in and out. But is it a reflection of what's truly going on? No.
And the other thing that's going to happen that I want people to hear very clearly is dumb money, dumb businesses will go broke or get bought. And I want to highlight Peloton. Peloton's new CEO, been in the job 7 or 10 days, came out and did an interview last weekend, who basically said the previous CEO and executive team got a little full of themselves. They didn't realize they were being a one-hit wonder in a very interesting time, the pandemic.
Very interesting.
Where gyms were shut down. Can you imagine a better time to own Peloton than when gyms are shut down? Crazy. And thus they spent money on things they shouldn't have. They wasted time on things they shouldn't have.
The amount of employees they had was beyond me.
It was crazy. So again, when you're spoiled and you're a little full of yourself, you can get got in a recession. And I think there's a lot of dumb companies who are public that could go to zero in this environment. And business cycles are undefeated. It could happen. So again, winners win, but also dumb money gets punished hard.
I
And
think
we're
the
about to
NFT
see.
market will be hit.
Oh,
Because I mean that is I mean it's just an art trading market. I mean for what it is, what it is. The only true utility that cryptocurrency has ever shown,
mm,
besides, I mean, like that's all you can do with crypto is trade JPEGs, like in all reality.
yeah,
And so with that, all that money came and flooded the NFT market. People aren't going to have as much money to go flip JPEGs. Like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's people who do it for a living and are good at it. Most of
Mm,
the people are getting they're getting the rug pulled. Like it is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Again, as somebody who owns 0 NFTs, my feeling is somewhere between 95 and 99% of those are going to go to 0 or almost 0. And sure, 1 to 5% will be worth lots of money. And oh, by the way, before you say it, of course, you're in the 1%. The other people are the 99%. It's crazy.
Well,
So,
the only things that keeps those things up, and this is a tangent,
mm,
is the people who have all the money who hold the big ones. They're just not gonna let them go down.
they're not going to sell. Yeah.
They're just not gonna
They
let
don't
it go down.
trade. They don't trade. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. So now let's talk to Stratton, the real estate investor or the investor. And I think you've already highlighted recessions are the times where you can create lots of opportunities. You can get creative deals. I mean, I don't know about you, but the last 2 years have mainly been cash deals. But in a recession, dude, sub 2 really is a thing, right? I can go get 2% loans on somebody who's owned the house a couple of years because they got to move to Texas. I want a lot of those.
Exactly. Like if I can, in those times now, because it's been really, really hard for us to buy sub 2. And me and you were talking about
Oh
it heavy
yeah,
at a point in time.
yeah,
Like right before COVID hit. You're like, hey, let's push into it. I think it's the future. I was like, I agree. Me and Kyle went out
yeah.
and bought 3 of them.
Yep,
And then COVID hit, and then nobody had to move out of their house. And so, okay,
exactly.
well, then what is the motivation
There's
of
none.
me buying that sub 2 from you?
Yeah.
So there wasn't any, but I think that would be a really big opportunity. I think if the multifamily people get hit the right way, it'll take a little bit longer, but that could be a massive opportunity to where those things traded sorry, I gotta
Oh,
watch my mouth. They traded a 3 cap,
yeah,
right? Like they traded just like an astronomical number that doesn't make
yeah,
any sense to me. Um,
yeah. No,
Even some storage stuff. Well, storage is pretty recession proof, but these people who are buying like a REIT and they're not a REIT will get hit, right? So they buy on a 4 cap
I
and
agree
they think they're a REIT, but
1,000%.
like you do not have the funds, you don't have the backing. The REIT can spend for years and it's their plan to spend for years. That's not you. Like you just don't, your pockets aren't that deep.
Yeah, again, I've done this before. I have history on my side. I bought apartments for 0 down after the last buyer overpaid and ran it into the ground. I will do it again. Like you said, I think sub 2 again, just timing, right? Recessions. The people that get hurt first are the people that have to move. That will likely be owner occupants. But then the stupid idiots who bought on 3.5 or 3 caps and rates rise and rents fall and expenses are up. You're going to have your lunch eaten. And then when you have to go revalue or evaluate the deal after your bridge debt comes due, you're done. And I'm going to pick it up for next to nothing. So I am
Right.
so excited about what's coming. Recession, I got to be very careful, right? If you get hit,
way.
yeah, if you get hit hard, if you lose your job, it's not a recession, it's a depression. I get it.
Yep.
But even if unemployment goes to 6 or shoot, it doubles, it goes to 8, that still means 92% of the people are employed. But there will be pain, there will be opportunities. So I look forward to sub 2s quickly when we get into a rising unemployment. And then I am licking my chops and have dry powder ready to go for multifamilies that's been overpriced for 1.5 years. I'm pretty excited.
When if you guys are watching this channel, you should consider yourself in the 1% anyways.
Mm.
So like you can get offended and say, oh, why would you say that? Like, well, if you lose your job, you're in the 1%. Go figure it out. You got it.
Go
like,
get another job.
You're already looking and you're already striving for more.
Yeah.
Automatically, you'll create a better situation for yourself.
Totally agree. Well, do me a favor.
That's the way you gotta take it.
Yeah, Strat, you put out amazing stuff. Where do you want people to go and follow you?
At Strat Daddy on Instagram, Strat Daddy on YouTube, and my podcast is the Winning Move Podcast.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.